In this video we will create my custom vacuum card. Here you can see it in action on my dashboard. As you can see, it features custom animations for the most common states and changes colors based on the states as well. If you are interested in the full code, you can find a link in the description. As always, make sure you have button card installed. Let's start coding the card. We start by adding a custom button card and add our vacuum entity. First we will set a variable for an additional sensor. This sensor should show if the vacuum needs to be emptied. For me this is just an input boolean, but if you have a more advanced vacuum you might have a binary sensor for that. Now we will set the icon. We use some JavaScript code as I want to set different icons depending on the state of the vacuum. We set show name, show icon and show state to true and set the tab action to more info. My most used interaction with this card is sending the robot vacuum back to his base. So I set the double tap action to call the service return to base using the card's entity. Now let's add some custom fields. The first is icon 1. This is just a visual element, so it doesn't have much functionality. We set the icon and style the card. We only set the size and background color, and then we do the same for the icon. We add another custom field named icon 2. This will show our additional sensor. So for the entity we return the variable sensor. When the sensor is on, I want to show a full trash bin icon, and if the sensor is off, an empty one. So we use some JavaScript code in the icon field to check the state of our sensor variable. For the card to look properly, we set show icon to true and show name to false. This time we set tab action to more info, as I want to be able to interact with the sensor entity. Let's style the card. We set the width of 24 pixel, border and background to none and overflow to visible. For the icon we set a width of 22 pixel. For the color we use some JavaScript again. When the vacuum is docked, the color should be contrast 20, as this is the only state that has no colored background. However, for all others, the color should be black. Let's style our main card. For the grid template areas we have 3 rows. The first row just has icon 1, the second row has just a state, and the last row has a name and icon 2. We set grid template rows to 24 pixel, 1FR and 24 pixel, and grid template columns to 60% and 40%. For the card we set height to 100% and padding to 1 rem. For the background we can copy the JavaScript code for the icon, as it includes all the different states we need. Instead of the icon we will change it to the right color variables. The IMG cell gets position absolute, top 20%, left 40% and overflow visible. And for the icon we set position absolute, width 20 rem and opacity to 20%. For the color we can copy the JavaScript code from the background and change it a little bit. We just need docked and else. Docked becomes contrast 20 and else becomes black. We add a transform of rotate -20 degree and finally add the animations. For that we copy the background JavaScript again and change the color variables to standard animations. I'm using blink and rotate. When the vacuum is docked, I don't want an animation, so I set it to null. Next is the state. We set text align left, font size 18 pixel, font weight 500, justify self start, align self end and overflow visible. For the color we can just copy the same code as we use for the icon color. Let's move on to the name, which is very similar. We set text align left, font size 12 pixel, opacity 0.7 and justify self start. For the color we can copy the same JavaScript code again. Almost done, only the custom fields are missing. For icon 1 we set justify self end, width 24 pixel and copy in the color JavaScript. And for icon 2 we do the same thing with the addition of align self end. And with that our custom vacuum card is done. I hope you enjoyed the video and got some inspiration for your own dashboard. As I said, if you are interested in the full code for this card, you can find the link in the description. If you enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate it if you liked the video and subscribe to my channel. Check out my other videos in which I create more custom cards, show off cool Hux cards and a tour of my personal dashboard. Thanks for watching.